In the greater Norristown area, Representative John Fox holds a conference for Montgomery County students. West Norton Township celebrates at an annual community day, and the Norristown Area High School Marching Band hosts its music spectacular. I'm Monica Faust.
And I'm Colin Ashby Coleman. This is On the Town.
The main purpose of the Presidential Summit held earlier this year in Philadelphia was to spur local communities into making the world a better place together. Many skeptics thought that the summit might have been just a one-time event, but they have been proven wrong. U.S. Congressman John Fox held something similar for his young Montgomery County constituents. At the Fort Washington Expo Center, Frank Schultz has more on this story.
Inside the Expo Center, the 500 delegates from schools all over Montgomery County were greeted by various local figures over a hearty breakfast. The ideas that President Clinton stated during the Presidential Summit held earlier this year in Philadelphia were restated during the conference. It was made clear that students need 5 things to succeed. These include a caring adult or mentor, safe places to learn and grow, a healthy start and a healthy future, a marketable skill through effective education, and an opportunity to give back to the community through their own service. The conference provided the delegates with many of these necessities. The real question is what exactly motivates these young leaders to do things that make both themselves and others surrounding them so successful.
Someday we're going to be the adults and there are going to be other kids, and we have to teach them how to volunteer and how to help other people.
A lot of things that need to be done in the community, and I feel that volunteerism helps students to experience maybe different aspects of life for when they grow up.
Also, the students are motivated by those that they look up to, such as Congressman John Fox and Senator Fichter, who was also present.
I think it's all part of the educational process. They get to interact with other people, that they obtain new ideas, new ways of doing things, and it just comes with maturity, really. And I think that's what it's really all about.
Business leaders are also realizing that the young people of today need to get involved to be successful. Suburban Cable sponsored a large part of the Montgomery County's Promise Conference.
So from our standpoint at Suburban Cable, and me personally, to have students around, youth around, makes it all worthwhile for us to spend this money. I mean, we contributed $10,000 in cash, and then all this video equipment, and this just makes it really, really worthwhile.
Montgomery County's Promise is an extension of President Clinton's Presidential Summit held earlier this year in Philadelphia. Hopefully, President Clinton's wishes for more volunteerism in the community will be sprouted through this program and other local programs. I'm Frank Schultz, Fort Washington Expo Center.
Thanks, Frank. Later in this edition of On the Town, we need to discuss the need for people to commit themselves to volunteering.
Speaking of commitment, one Norristown area high school group knows the meaning of dedication. To anyone who attends home football games, they are a familiar halftime sight. They are the Norristown Marching Eagles, and they've spent weeks rehearsing for their fall show. From Norristown's Roosevelt Field, here's Sharon Berman.
I'm Sharon Berman here at Roosevelt Field, where on Saturday, September 27th, 15 bands from around the area competed at the Music Spectacular. At the annual event, the Norristown Area High School Marching Eagles hosted other band units for judging. The Eagle Marching Band has been practicing since the middle of the summer for its series of fall competitions. The Eagles have taken first and second place on the Atlantic coast during the past 3 years. The Marching Eagles are performing the music of the Beatles this year in their theme show. a tradition in band competitions for the host band not to compete. Therefore, the Marching Eagles performed an exhibition only, not competition. The marching bands of Shippensburg University and Boston University visited and also performed an exhibition. However, 10 other local bands were there to compete. The attendees of the event displayed tremendous amount of school spirit.
I think it's great. I love it absolutely every year.
Have you been here before?
I've never been to Norristown before, no, but we're very much enjoying the show.
The schools themselves get to be together, and I think that's very nice, but the community on the whole, I think, could be more part of it.
So, as principal of Norristown Area High School, where do you think about the bands tonight?
Well, I think the bands are super. I always enjoy this program every year. I always come out and like to hand out an award or two, like to see our band perform, and I feel really great about our parents and the job that they do to make Norristown look great to everybody from around the Delaware Valley and all the people that come here, including Allentown or whatever, like Parkland.
I'm Sharon Berman here at Roosevelt Field, and now back to you.
For its size, the band was seated first on the Atlantic Coast. The Marching Eagles are hoping to place at the Atlantic Coast Championships in Scranton.
We wish the best of luck to them. Here are some other things that will be happening in the community.
The community came together when West Nardin Township celebrated its annual West Nardin Day. The sunny summer afternoon attracted hundreds to the grounds of Norristown Area High School, where children could play and families could stop by the booths of local organizations. On the town's Jen Hall was there.
Some people were there to sell their wares or offer information, but most people were there just to have fun. The fun slide attracted most of the kids. Many of them eagerly got back in line to slide down several times. There were other rides and games too. The North Pole Express ran continuously throughout the day. Many children won prizes at a beanbag toss, and families went on hay rides around the high school. The Norristown Area High School cheerleaders painted children's faces. Of course, everyone got hungry and thirsty, and the food vendors did brisk business.
We've been here for a few years, and this is one of the best years.
Are you having fun today?
Yeah, I'm getting roasted, but I'm having fun.
Volunteers from the Montgomery County Norristown Public Library read children's books to an attentive young audience. The Penn Star helicopter had landed and was open in the early afternoon. Children explored the chopper and asked questions of its staff. But the helicopter took off for an emergency soon after. What attracted the biggest crowd during the entire day, though, was the canine demo. The specially trained police dogs showed off their abilities by apprehending officers posing as criminals. After the rest of the festivals had ended, West Norton Day culminated in a spectacular fireworks display at dusk. Reporting from West Norton Day, this is Jen Hall for On the Town.
With President Clinton and Congressman Fox each advocating volunteering, we wanted to know why volunteerism is so important. In this edition's discussion forum, On the Town asked the community volunteers what makes it special.
Thanks, Monica. Once again, I'm Sandy Ritter. Today's round topic discussion is volunteerism. I'm here with Noelle Pumo, a student of Norristown High School, Mrs. Winkle, a teacher at Norristown High School, Ms. Karen Chinaski of People Caring and Sharing, and Mrs. Linda Gearhart of Montgomery County's Promise. I would first like to pose the question of what each of your roles is in volunteerism. Noelle?
I'm in the YES program and in Honor Society, and I help my community by volunteering at Suburban General Hospital. I volunteer in the summer and my days off at Norristown High School.
Mrs. Winkle?
I'm the advisor to YES, which is a student group at Norristown High School. We've been doing it for 9 years, and we do all kinds of community and school activities.
As the director of a nonprofit, we look for volunteers to be involved to help us accomplish the work that we're doing. And additionally, I've been a volunteer since high school years. I really believe in volunteer service to one's community is a good way of getting along in the world. We provide opportunities for children and up through adults to do all kinds of different activities to help us accomplish our mission of helping low-income people.
Sandy, I work for Congressman John Fox, and he recently spearheaded the Montgomery County Promise, a follow-up to the President's Summit that was held last spring in Philadelphia. And we held it on September 18th and 19th here in Montgomery County, and it's a 3-year commitment, and Norristown was very involved with it.
Okay. Mrs. Gearhart, Montgomery County's Promise, one of the key fundamental points of that was to give young people the opportunity to serve their community. How do you plan about going about this?
Well, we had an expo and at the Promise, and what happened, we had 75 community organizations come in and ask the students to become involved in their group and to take names. I understand that the Head Start program signed up a lot of students from the high schools around Montgomery County to come and be involved in their literacy program. Also, some of the ambulance crews signed up. A lot of the kids just didn't know where to go sign up to be volunteers, and through the Promise, they're beginning to find out.
Noelle, do you think a program like this would help get young people involved?
I think so. I think volunteering is one of the greatest things that I do. I enjoy helping and giving back to my community, and I know that there's lots of people out there that do want to volunteer, and they, like Linda said, don't know where to sign up for it.
Well, what kind of advice would you give to someone in the community who wants to sign up for something like this but just doesn't know how to go about it? How about Ms. Chinaski?
I think if you have an interest in animals or in children or in, if you like doing clerical work, if you like doing something, think about what you like to do and then just start researching. You can call nonprofits just by looking their numbers up in the phone book. You can call United Way and find out what kinds of nonprofits are in your community or human service organizations. You could certainly check with Mrs. Winkle about places to go to give your service. And you might just think up ideas on your own. I think doing something really practical like volunteering at a hospital like Noelle does, or volunteering at Head Start, or helping someone learn to read, or serving food at a soup kitchen, things like that are real practical. But I think things that high school students could also think about is strategizing in the community. Well, why is it that we have soup kitchens? What else can I do about that? And you might end up doing some of the behind-the-scenes kinds of things that would help us prevent a need for a soup kitchen and help make some real community changes. And I do believe high school students are quite capable of that kind of work.
Sandy, sometimes you don't have to even sign up for a group. I know where I live in Abington, we had floods last year, and it was just a matter of going to the flood plains and asking people if you could help, just to go down there and help them clean out their homes. If you read in the paper that there's been a fire on a block, go down there. If there's been a fire, you obviously know they need food, they need blankets. I mean, take it upon yourself to get some friends together and collect collect food and go over there. People are so grateful in a time of tragedy.
And Sandy, that's why we try to get high school students involved, because once they get started, it's almost like for the rest of their lives they'll think of volunteerism, and they won't even have to be asked. They will just automatically do it. And so we try to provide a lot of opportunities for them to volunteer, and really what we're trying to do is establish a habit so that they are involved in the community. And as Noelle said, once they get that involvement, it's something they will do all of their lives, depending on their time. I mean, sometimes you won't have much time, you'll do very little, but you'll always have that need and desire to do something.
Right.
So we all believe that volunteerism is something that we should start at a younger age, and it's a habit that continues through adulthood.
I think volunteer service too, particularly for school age and high school and even college students, can serve as an entree to a profession or to a trade, because you can practice what it is you're interested in before you actually get to performing the task as a job. And that can be really good learning grounds.
Well, what would you usually suggest to someone who wants to get involved in volunteerism but doesn't think that they could find the time?
Well, actually, we find the people who do it budget their time better. So we actually offer it as a way to learn how to budget your time. And we find really the younger the people are, the more time they have to give to it. And that's why it's important to get them at a young age when they have the time, and they learn automatically how to budget their time. It's true that busy people really are the ones you should call on.
You can volunteer just 1 hour a week. I have a job that's very, very demanding, but I find that I need that time for myself, and I volunteer at a thrift shop, at a local hospital, and I do it 4 hours a week. And that 4 hours, I look forward to that 4 hours every week because it's fun.
But that's the key too, that you have to find an activity that you like. And when you say for people to look, I mean, when you look through, you should be choosing something that you really enjoy doing, because there's no way that you should do something that isn't fun for you or you don't look forward to doing.
Right, it's not benefiting anybody. Right.
That's why I enjoy volunteering. My days off at Norristown, instead of sitting home in front of the TV, I look forward to going to the hospital and, just doing some office work or maybe helping out on one of the floors, because that's what I enjoy. I like being in that environment and helping out in that environment.
Well, Ms. Janowski, what kind of person would you say it takes to be a volunteer?
Well, I think anybody who cares about themselves and wants to live in a healthy, safe community would be the kind of person that wants to contribute something to their community and learn something for themselves. I think anybody really can volunteer. I mentioned children. We've had 4- and 5-year-olds perform tasks, not just get in the way, actually perform tasks of sorting out silverware or sorting dishes or carrying boxes down a hallway that made them feel good about themselves and got the job done. And I think it's important. We've had all kinds of school-age people involved in our work, and we've had senior citizens involved, and everybody gives what they can. And usually when you're doing what is interesting to you, we've had one man who just will not count clothing, but he will do other kinds of counting for us. And as long he's clear about what he wants to do, and we say, okay, well, we can accommodate that. I think you'll find that in most nonprofits, in most places, that you can find a job that's going to fit you.
I think the other thing, once you get involved, I think you should ask other people to join you, because most people just want to be asked and then they will get in. I think everybody wants to volunteer.
That's why a lot of people don't volunteer, is because nobody ever asks them.
That's a good point.
It is a good point.
Well, Noelle, how did you get involved in YES?
When I was in 6th grade, I had to do volunteer work to receive confirmation. And after just those 10 hours, I had enjoyed it so much that I've been volunteering since 6th grade, and it's just one of my favorite hobbies to do.
Mrs. Winkle, is it easy to find students in the high school to volunteer to become part of your program?
Actually, it is. And every year we've grown. We have over 100 people in our club now. So it's very easy. And I think we could find even more. It's a matter of us keeping up with all those people. But we grow every year, and honestly, I think everybody in this school would do a little something if they were asked and they could find the right thing to do. I think it's really, it makes a nice spirit in the school. Volunteerism is really alive in Norristown High School.
We've talked a lot about, like, Noelle's commitment to the hospital, she goes every week, and your commitment to your hospital, you go every week. But there are lots of one-time opportunities too.
Right.
And there might be a few people involved in planning an event that takes a couple months. But for instance, a cleanup in a park is something that you could generate a lot of attention about, go do something for 4 hours one day, you're done. But then you have the experience of volunteering. It entices you to maybe volunteer more. Maybe you didn't like something that happened during the day, so now this time you want to get involved in the planning committee. And I think, you know, people find that those are nice ways to get introduced to volunteering.
That also looks good on your resume, or when you're applying for colleges, that you did community service, extracurricular activities. I really think it looks very good.
Well, how would an organization such as YES or People Caring and Sharing, how would they go about choosing who and how to help?
Well, we think first of all the safety of our students. So we have all activities that we consider safe. We also use the guideline of the community. We don't really go beyond our community because we feel that there's enough there for us to do. And the other thing, just the interest. What would interest people at that level? And that's really how we go about it.
So organizations can contact you. I could sign up and say, I need these kinds of volunteers, these times of days, and then as you find students that are interested, you would call, or the student would call.
And we have monthly meetings where we introduce our new activities and sign people up for those. And we have, as you said, we have many one-day activities, like the gift wrap at the holiday season, and Special Olympics, and the Kids Carnival at the zoo. So we have a combination of weekly, regular activities and one of a kind and one-time activities.
Okay. Mrs. Gearhart, how does volunteerism affect the community, those other than the people who are directly benefited by it?
Volunteerism affects the community in many, many ways. When you have a group like the Town Watch that are all volunteers, that's making a safer, healthier, better community for everyone. It can benefit the community in many different ways.
Okay. Noelle, how would you say that volunteerism benefits people?
It gives them a sense of pride, I think. It makes them feel good about themselves, like Karen said, and it gives them the experience that they know that they can help people, that they can help out their community, and stuff like that.
Mrs. Winkle, what do you think the benefits of volunteerism are?
Well, it starts a habit, as I said. Most of our students go to college and tell me they're involved right away in volunteer activities, and I think it's a wonderful way to get into college life. It's a wonderful way to make friends, meet like-minded people. I guess, I forget what you said.
What are the benefits of volunteering?
Well, as Noelle said too, I mean, the whole idea of how you feel about yourself, how you learn to budget your time, the fact that you're contributing to the community.
Does anyone else have anything to add to benefits?
Oh, I encourage everyone to go out and volunteer. It gives back to the community what the community's given to you: a safe place, a healthy environment, good friends.
I agree. Right, and I think when you volunteer and you encourage someone else to volunteer, the whole community actually feels different, and the whole community is impacted by just the actions of a few people.
Imagine the way the communities come together in times of tragedy, if they could be that way all the time. I mean, helping each other out all the time and building parks. It'd be such a better life.
Okay, I would like to end with that. Thank you, ladies. If you would like to get involved in your community, please contact your local church or one of these organizations. And now back to the studio.
If you have an interest, those organizations would love to hear from you.
That's right, and contacting many of these local organizations has become considerably easier recently, as more and more of them created websites on the internet. Nathan Ashby Coleman, one of our resident computer gurus, has this report. Nathan?
Hi, I'm Nathan Ashby Coleman, and today we're going to take a look at some websites of the Norristown community.
The Borough of Norristown maintains a site at www.netaxs.com/JSairing/Norristown that contains a borough phone directory and information about the town's departments. Montgomery County's website features information about what's happening in the county. It's at www.montcopa.org. Norristown.com is a new site forming a virtual Norristown community on the web. Check back for more information. The Norristown Area School District is online at www.nasd.k12.pa.us. Its site features information about each district school and can answer some of your questions about Norristown schools. And Norristown Zoo, the Elmwood Park Zoo, has a site at www.libertynet.org/_EPZoo. It has information about the zoo and directions to it. Thanks, Nathan. If you surf over to the sites of local arts organizations, you can discover the upcoming cultural events in the Norristown area and maybe even reserve tickets by email. This fall, the Montgomery County Cultural Center opened its theater season with playwright David Henry Hwang's 2 Japanese dramas.
The actress in this 2-person professional show is 17 years old. Kate McGlenigan, a senior at Norristown Area High School, made her professional debut in this performance. The Cultural Center's theatrical season will continue this year with Rod Serling's Requiem for a Heavyweight in November and December, and Cy Coleman's Barnum in next May.
The drama tours at the Barn Playhouse also have a full season ahead of them, including the Haunted Theater through November 1st and A Christmas Carol in December.
Hi, I'm Frank Schultz, and I'm here in Gadget Corner. Today we're going to take a look at 3 new and innovative products. Let's see what we have. Our first product today is a smart tracker, and, hold on a second. Yes, there it is. Yes, our first product today is a smart tracker, and what it does is clips onto a book or a remote or anything that you have, and when you clap 3 or 4 times, it makes this little buzzing noise that lets you know where it is. It's useful for anything that you misplace, and there's also a keychain version, and it sells for anywhere between $10 and $20. Our second product today is an electronic tape measure, and what this does is uses a regular tape to display your measure electronically on a screen. It'll do it in inches, feet, meters, or centimeters, and has a memory function where you can recall your last measurements and add them together. And this product we found was very accurate. This doorway, 2 foot 3 inches exactly, and on a regular tape measure it was the same. This product can sell from anywhere from $30 to $50, depending upon where you get it. Our last product today is the sound conditioner, and what this does is generate background noises which will cover over other noises. This one from Brookstone comes with 6 included sounds, which range from a summer night to an ocean with waves crashing on the shore. You can also purchase 4 additional sound cartridges which will give you more sounds, such as a windstorm or loons. This one is the standard model from Brookstone and sells for about $100. There's a deluxe model that comes with more sounds and a little bit more features, and that one costs about $200. You can find them elsewhere, ranging from anywhere to $75 all the way up to $300. If you're looking for something to mask the background noises, or if you miss the sounds of summer, this is probably something you'll want to get. That's all of our products for today here in Gadget Corner. Tune in next time for 3 new and innovative products. I'm Frank Schultz in Gadget Corner.
130 new gadgets have also been installed in Norristown Area High School's business department. A bond issued passed by the NASD school board paid for the new state-of-the-art computers which students use to learn typing, word processing, and spreadsheet and database skills. Kristen Murray was there when the computer lab was officially opened.
I'm here in the Norristown Area High School Business Lab where on Wednesday, October 8th, Dr. Michael Woodall, Superintendent of Norristown Area High School, officially declared the lab open. Also with him for his unveiling was Building Principal Barry Spencer and the school's District Coordinator of Information Technology, Mark Long. Dr. Woodall had much to say about the new addition.
With the state-of-art equipment and the state-of-art software that the students will be learning, they will be prepared when they go through our business program to work in business and be able to handle the software and the computers that they will find in the business world. This gives them the ability to go into the job market with the knowledge of the state-of-art systems that are out there in business. I think it's a tremendous thing. I think that every student needs to come out of school feeling comfortable interacting with a computer.
The computer lab consists of all new equipment. This includes new hubs, which connect the computers, and 2 brand new compact ProLiant servers, which are the core of the entire system. Each of the 130 workstations consists of a compact Desk Pro 200 MHz processor with 32 megs of RAM for all you techies out there. Each student logs into a workstation and then can do various things such as word processing, spreadsheets, a typing program to strengthen their typing skills, and much more. The system is very flexible as it allows for more software to be installed and easy upgrades. What exactly went into building this lab? Mark Long commented.
Basically, we ordered the computers the latest date we possibly could so we get the latest technology for this lab. So it took, basically what took was ordering the computers, getting all this stuff in from Compact, these are all Compact machines, and then basically working with our department. What we try to do is get the machines up and running so that every student logs in with the same profile and keep some standardization with them.
The business community is also enthusiastic about the new lab as it will help to prepare students for their upcoming careers in the business world. Ted LeBlanc, a local businessman, was also present for the ribbon cutting.
The business community will benefit immensely by the fact that we have kids coming out of school now who are computer literate and beyond computer literate, who can be creative. This is very helpful for, business, you get a little stagnant. You worry about the day-to-day stuff and you're not looking really into the future too much, and that's what this computer lab will do for business if we're smart enough to take advantage of it. And like I said, to provide the funding to provide the software that's going to be needed in the future, then we all benefit because we have kids coming out who are not only literate, but who are creative, and that helps business.
Everyone involved with this lab is pleased with the results, especially the teachers that educate the students on the use of the equipment.
So far, it's worked well without any too many glitches. It seems like the kids really enjoy it. I think it's much better than what we had in the last 10 years with the older system. And what I think is real nice is 9th graders are really getting involved with the computer applications program, so they'll know the system, and for the next 4 years they'll be able to use the system.
The lab currently hosts over 1,000 students here at Norristown Area High School. It will be fully internet equipped within the next few months to allow the students to surf the web at hyperspeed. I'm Kristen Murray here in the computer lab at Norristown Area High School.
Thanks, Kristen.
We at On the Town want to know what you think of our new community news show. What do you like? Where do we need to improve? What important aspect of the community needs more coverage? Please contact us. Email us at nasdtv@mciunix.mciu.k12.pa.us or fax us at 630-5041. Your comments are welcome, and they will help us plan the next edition of On the Town. Please contact us.
On the Town will rebroadcast during the upcoming weeks. Please stay tuned to Suburban Cable Channel 3 for announcements of its next airtime.
And don't miss Channel 3 programs from the Norristown Area School District every Monday and Wednesday at 4 o'clock.
That's it for this edition of On the Town. Be sure to tune in next time.
For NASDtv, I'm Colin Ashby Coleman.
And I'm Monica Faust, wishing the Norristown area a happy and safe week.